I'm going to be talking about contraception. There's always been this big debate over whether or not they should be distributed in schools, if they should be covered by insurance, and even like whether or not they should be sold as an over-the-counter prescription. In this case, I can see like both sides of the argument, but each person's opinion has a great reasoning behind it and really expresses the pros and cons of it. So handing out in schools is one of the biggest debates. It's by whatever you allow is what you're going to end up teaching. So if you allow, like for instance, if you allow the kids to like yell in the cafeteria while they're eating or something, then the kids are going to think that they're allowed to do that. So they're kind of encouraging it. Along with, if you give kids condoms, then you're encouraging them to partake in sex. Along with like your peers, they're encouraging it. So at school, there's nothing really stopping you from having sex or having intercourse or anything like that. Plus your parents aren't fully notified by it. That's showing kids that, like they can have secrets behind their parents' backs, because half the kids that are getting it aren't even telling their parents, which parents should be notified over every aspect of a kid's medical life. So if they're doing this and they get an HIV or an STD or anything like that, then that's causing a big barrier between the parents, because the parents aren't going to know, and the kids aren't going to be able to go through the right procedures to take care of that. Also, by handing out in schools, that's showing, like, that's giving you the reason to go out and have sex, which kids are really, like, they're really exposed to it now in our daily life. So like you can go and see it in like books, movies, magazines, anything like that. You're always seeing stuff about having sex and intercourse in any kind of way. So it makes it seem like it's fun. Well, with the kids being able to do it in a safe way, then they're gonna feel like it's okay to go out and do that. Another thing is whether or not contraception should be covered by insurance. It definitely should not be covered by insurance. I mean, like that goes towards our taxes and what we pay, when it's not necessarily our children having sex or anything like that. And it's enabling people to have sex, which is even more expensive. So, like either way, it's going to be an expensive process. But if you're choosing it, then you're going to have to step up and actually pay for it. That's all on you. Another thing, like from a girl's point of view, is that we don't always get it for like pregnancy or anything like that. We get it from period symptoms, to prevent like how bad we're like in pain and stuff like that. Well, I know that I have to pay for it like out of my pocket, like we don't cover it by insurance. So along with that, it's your problem, you need to pay for it. You shouldn't have to be depending upon other people to pay for it and taking it out of our taxes, because that's putting more on us when it's not us that needs it. It's like a different family that needs it. And then the last thing is whether or not it should be sold on shelves. So condoms are being sold everywhere. Like you are always going to be able to get them. You can go into like the bathrooms of a gas station. I know they have them in like vending machines there and stuff like that. I know that I have friends that are older than me, and they can get them for me. Like they don't have a problem with that because they've already been exposed to it. So a friend can always buy you the contraception that you need. So you're never going to be prevented from it, Plus there's not even there's not an age you have to be to get it. So I mean, either way, you're still going to be able to get it. It's just going to depend on whether like how bad you want it. Like a lot of people think it's going to be like awkward whenever you buy it. So they think that you should just be able to sell it over the counter, or that it should be sold on shelves like it is now. But with like birth control and things like that, that's just something that you need to like talk with your parents about. As long as you're talking to your parents about it and everything, then that's fine if it's sold on the shelves. Because either way, if your parents are okay with it, then you're gonna be able to like have access to it. And it's just, like, it saves you a lot of time just being able to like go in there and buy it, as long as you take the right procedures to get there. we're always going to be open to contraception and everything like that. So there's like selling it over the counter or not, it really doesn't make that big of an impact because we're always going to have access to it.